No one is perfect, not even the Uggs. But don't tell them I said that. Here are some screw-ups, edits, and extras from the last episode of The Ugly Truth. We call them Ugly Cuts.
Yeah, so it symbolizes you're transitioning toward independence and you're ready to explore new things in your life. That's kind of cool.
Well,
that's always cool. That's an interesting one. But yeah, I just don't find neither one of them physically or sexually attractive in any way. I know they're brilliant. They're charming, super nice. But as someone that I'd want to go to bed with, meh. You might have a dinner.
You might have a dinner. I mean, you can think of other people.
There are others that I would prefer. And I'm not a big celebrity whore, but if, certainly there would be others that were...
Chris Pratt's available now.
Paula, that is such a bummer.
Jamie, I almost cried.
Why?
I was so sad.
Because
that's like, it's so cliche,
I know. I don't really know. Like, I had read, I have this one website that I read where they have all these unstated rumors that can be proven, but they don't use their sources. And a couple of weeks ago, he said that this newfound celebrity's constant shout outs to his wife are not very accurate because he has a problem with women. Like he has a lot of women, like there are women other than his wife. And all I could think of was he French braided her hair. I don't know if I agree. I'm not saying he didn't have a slip or two, but because, he's lost like 50 pounds and he's super attractive now.
Yeah.
Because when they met, he was a little schlubby and she loved it.
Well, they've been married for 8 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
And, she's not really done anything celebrity-wise, or not celebrity, but like... I don't think she's done anything because, they have a little boy.
She's on the TV show Mom, which is an Emmy Award-winning show. It's very funny, super good with Allison Janney. You just don't watch anything, so you don't know. I mean, she's very successful. She was in The House Bunny and then she was in those parodies about Scream and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Scream.
She's a super...
Not Scream, but...
Yeah, she's a comedic actress.
No.
Yeah, she's not.
No. I know she's famous, but I mean,
she's not working.
Of recent, she's not doing superstar stuff. Like she's letting him shine.
Whoever thought in a billion years that you never know what's going to blow up. Guardians of the Galaxy is like the next big thing. Freaking Disneyland has completely owned now because they own it. They're selling the crap out of it because it's so successful. It applies to everybody. Little tiny kids love Baby Groot. Women love Baby Groot. Everyone wants to bone Chris Pratt. We're not a big fan of Gamora. What's that chick's name again? I can never remember her name. We're not a big fan of Zoe Saldana because she always looks like she just sucked a lemon. But people like her too, so...
Well, and she's always she's colors. She's like a lifesaver.
She's like that horse in The Wizard of Oz. Every time you turn around, it's a different color. You're out of the woods, and there she is, the horse of a different color. Every time, blue, green, yellow. So,
she must have meetings with her agent. She's just like, well, we want to present this role to you. Oh, okay, great. You're going to be the color red this time.
Damn it.
Why can't I just be something with my natural skin color? Can I just be like Halle
Berry, where I'm always in a show where I'm trying to save someone who's been kidnapped? That's all Halle Berry does. She's always some kind of dispatcher trying to save some person from something. It's like, we have to hurry, constantly. Constantly in shock and concerned.
She's kind of... she's not really made much... after her Academy Award.
Where she was in shock and concerned in that one too. No,
she was actually.
That was a horrifying film. It's very, very depressing.
It was very disturbing.
It was very disturbing. But anyway, because I never thought that I would be married to anyone, let alone for someone for 20 years. That's just not. It's really hard that I could do that. I never thought I would, because we've never had an example of, our parents split up when I was 8, so it's not like, I ever thought that I could do it. But anyway.
Did your little yurt cabin place, like, was it closed off? Like, or did it have like open slats, or, you know, how did this thing work?
You mean the whole unit that we were in?
Yeah.
It's like a mini house.
Okay, so it wasn't like open, like, you know, I'm picturing some tropical, like, you know,
no, well, the backyard. Well, no, we had a backyard, and the backyard's open. I mean,
oh, okay.
We were sitting out there, and these two crows hung out with us all weekend, talking to us the whole weekend. So there were finches. There was, you know, we heard something scraping along the first night. We heard something scraping along because it's like aluminum fencing, and it's like 10 feet tall, so no one can see over the thing. And I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Oh, I'm sure that's just an insect, and its wings are hitting the aluminum fence." I'm like, "An insect's wings? I don't think so. I think we're looking at a rat or a mole or something of that nature on the other side." And I go, and I can tell you right now that if that little face comes up under this fence, shit's gonna get real, like real. I'm just not going to deal with more critters on our vacation.
God, you guys should have brought, like, you know,
bodega,
a knife or something with you. I don't know, some sort of weapon.
I know. So, and there's 6 per balloon.
Oh, okay.
So it was, our balloon was 3 couples. And actually, no, 6, 7, 9. So I think you can do up to 12. So there was 9 in our balloon. There was 3 couples, and then there was a family of 3. And so we were, and one was, they had gotten married the night before. It was really cute. And so they were newlyweds, and the whole ride, because we had to drive to the second location because the first location was too foggy. So we drove to the second location, it's Pope Valley, which is kind of at the top. It's so beautiful up there. I'd never been there, so it was really nice. And they shuttle you in little vans and everything. So the whole way up, the two of them are recapping their entire wedding and reception because they hadn't had a chance to talk about it. Because, you know, they got married last night, you know, fell asleep after, you know, consummating. And then, so they've been talking about it. And so they were like, oh, this and that. And it's like, yeah, aren't you so glad that we got them to give us some food? We literally were the only ones not eating at our own wedding. And it was really cute.
Typical.
Totally typical. And so it was cute to listen to them talk. And then
get some feedback on, you know,
is
not
your friend,
feedback, but
is your friend Tracy going to be there?
Kristen, and I think she is. So
that's good. I like her.
Will be good. Yeah.
She's
so I think we'll probably end up sitting together and
chit-chatting.
See what else they'll have for us. Last time they did, like, you know, who was married the longest, who had the most kids.
Right. Yeah, I'm not into that.
Who had the best job or something like that.
Right. It's like Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion all over again.
Kind of, you know. But I mean, I'm curious. I'm like, who does have I'm just like, who does have the best job, actually?
Yeah, well, if you got to fill out the little thing. Usually it's like, who's the most famous classmate? It's usually the one that's not there because they're busy doing work.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But anyway, I mean, you know what? I did go to a reunion. I did go to one reunion. I went to my 10-year. Daryl and I had been married like a year. And we went, and it was really fun. There was only a couple people that I really would rather not see that were there, but everybody else, it was a really great time. But 10 years in, everyone's still pretty young and happy and getting off to a good start in life for the most part. So everybody's still real positive and hopeful and excited to see classmates. But, you know, by 20 and 30 years, I'm thinking, isn't this more like who's dying, who's dead, who's divorced?
Well, that's what I asked at the 10-year. I'm like, anybody die? And actually, we do have a classmate that did pass away. So
that's horrible.
That is,
that's awful.
I hope they do something for, you know, to
they honor them,
remember him. And
yes.
He had been a friend of mine, so...
Yeah, I think I do recall that they do honor those that we've lost at each reunion, because there's always... I mean, especially if you have a pretty large class, you're going to have...
Yeah, I think we did. That. So, but I think this reunion's going to be kind of small. Because it's technically Labor Day weekend.
Oh, no.
So a lot of people are bowing out because
Why did they
Labor Day
do that?
Weekend. Why did they plan it that weekend?
Yeah.
I don't really know. But on the same token, I mean, it's Labor Day weekend. It's not like, you've never been camping before, or
That's true. That is true.
It's kind of lame. But
I just wonder, do you think that social media is kind of slowly starting to phase out this need for these big reunion weekends?
It could be. I mean,
I'm just wondering, because if you're friends with, I don't know about you, but I'm friends with, a lot of my friends are high school friends, and I love it. I love it because I have met up. In fact, there's a friend of mine that I went to high school with who is coming into town this week. And a couple years ago, we all met up. A bunch of the old cheerleaders met up and had dinner and stuff. And it was super fun. But, we got to handpick who we wanted to associate with. And it was great,
Yeah.
And then, so she's coming back into town this week. And I just don't have the time to visit. I'm really bummed about it. But so that kind of stuff is great. But I'm in touch with them daily. It's different now. So I don't know.
Yeah, I get that part, but I think that's the other part too, is that, as you change, you might, maybe the person you were in school is not the person you are now. And so reunions give you the opportunity to, maybe make new friends or apologize or, who knows?
Right,
Just talk to, maybe if you were super shy, but you always wanted to talk to someone, and then you'd be like, hey, so-and-so, right? And you'd be like, yeah. Something like that. I don't know.
Show me how you do that trick. Hey, let's see. What was the big, what were you guys playing? And are you guys gonna do they play like the music that was popular at the reunion? Do they play like 90s music when you go? Have you ever been to a reunion?
Yeah, I went to my 10-year.
Oh, okay.
I think they did play what was popular when we were in school. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they did. I can't remember. By the time they got to the dancing part, I kind of bailed because I'm just like, I'm not dancing. And so,
right.
I kind of was just like, okay, thanks. I'm done. I had seen and talked to and done everything that I wanted to do. And so I was kind of like finished with it. Yeah. So
I'm trying not to be completely dismissive of reunions. I do think they can be fun. It's just that, I don't know. Maybe I'll go to when I'm old, I'll go to my 50th or something, I don't know.
You should just check it out and see.
I guess. I don't know. I've always passed on them. I've gone to one, but and you know what is really sweet though is I do get a lot of messages or emails later going, "We missed you at the reunion. Why didn't you come?" Aww. And I'm like, "Because I didn't want to." But actually, I believe one year, I think it was our 15, maybe it was our 20. I had just had Malia, and the last thing I wanted to do was show up post-pregnancy, big boob butt.
I don't blame you.
You know how that is. And I'm like, there's nothing I can do to clean this mess up, so I'm just gonna skip it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not. But maybe it's because I'm socially anxious. I'm just not a big fan of large groups or something. I don't know. But I don't want to make it sound like they're stupid. No one should go. That's not it at all. It's just it's my hang up. Step by step, heart to heart, left, right, left. I wonder if they'll sing that. They'll play that for you.
The Martika, that was probably more Allison's.
Like toy soldiers. Whatever happened to her, I wonder. I'm just curious. She was a little over dramatic for my taste.
She was weird.
She always opened her mouth real big when she sang. It was weird in the video. And it's like, it's a video. We know you're not really singing. You don't have to do the big mouth thing. You can just do normal. We get it.
God.
Thanks for checking out this week's Ugly Cuts. Join us for an all-new episode dropping every Sunday on your favorite podcast platform and, of course, uglytruth.com. That's UGLEE truth.com.